You can hear the rain just slamming down. This was out in Sulphur, Louisiana. You can see some of the isolated flash flooding issues that they've had. Now, just north of Lake Charles, there's actually a flash flood warning this time yesterday. Significant rain, National Weather Service highlighting the chance for some moderate river flooding in certain spots, but also they said that rainfall rates were close to 4 inches per hour. Now, granted, that storm didn't set up for a full hour. It was somewhat quick moving, but that is like blinding conditions with the rain. We're still going to be dealing with some rain concerns as well for the Lone Star State. And what's unfortunate about this forecast is it does include Kerrville. Now, we are not expecting the same kind of flooding we had back on July 4th, but there are still crews working to try and repair and homes. People are displaced still. And so with more rain in the forecast, you can see why that would be a bit of a problem. For the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it was rainy for you guys to start out the Labor Day holiday, but now things are looking a little bit better. And that rain creating a small end chance for some flash flooding for spots like Austin, Texas, into San Antonio. This is along the I-35 corridor. But you can see what I mean about the heavy rain yesterday. It was just south of Dallas. You had a couple flash flood warnings there as well. A few storm reports of some flooding getting into the basements of a few homes, at least from what I was able to see online. I-35, though, you guys remain mostly clear in the Austin area, but that's going to be a little bit of a different story. So thankfully, it's not the same exact locations being targeted again with the heavy rain. Although Houston, they did have a rough go of things yesterday. Over the last 24 hours, they've had 3 to 5 inches of rain, especially for the southern suburbs. Houston is a huge, sprawling metro here. So even if it's not downtown, there's probably still close to 500,000 plus people that live in the southern end of the Houston area. And that's probably even underdoing those numbers. Let's look at some of the flooding and rain reports that we had across the area. We had intersection I-45 and I-610. They said significant inundation can be seen in a video, one stalled vehicle. You had a little bit further north of that where in the city of Houston, fire department reported performing a water rescue along West Street and a few other areas where we had high water rescues. So if you didn't heed the warnings of a flash flood and you got yourself rescued in the water, that was a little bit of a concern here. Now, where we're tracking out the majority of the rain as we head into the Labor Day holiday, unfortunately going to be spots along the beaches. Corpus Christi, you got some thunderstorms sort of lingering in the area. What's going on, though, is we have this stalled out front that's lingering across central and south Texas, and that's going to be the trigger point for seeing some storms. A few of them capable of producing potentially some gusty winds and lightning, but overall this is not a severe weather threat at all. It's just that threat for seeing some flash flooding. Fairly low end, level 1 out of 4, but again, these are some spots that are oversaturated. If you look at Kerrville, Austin, they actually could use some extra water. When I went back to Austin, which is, I call one of my hometowns, over Easter, I've never seen the lake that low. So, you know, this rain will be helpful at the end. Then we also had some heavy rain for portions of northern Missouri, Kansas, and into Nebraska as well. This is also going to be another target zone for today as a low pressure system starts to slide further south and transfer some of that rain into the St. Louis area by Tuesday and Wednesday.